Hello guys, today we start paper 3 pure mathematics 9709. We study this paper in A2 class. It has 30% weightage of the whole A level mathematics. There are about 10 to 11 questions with varying marks. There are shorter questions, there are longer questions, structured questions. Okay, let us start. First topic is polynomial. An expression in a variable x in which power of x is whole number, or we can say non-negative integer. Which are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. For example, 3x square plus 5x plus 8. This is a polynomial. X is the variable. Second example is 4x cube minus 2x square 7x minus 5. This is also a polynomial. Now see that the power of x is whole number. Here it is 2, here it is 1. Here we can say that it is 0 because I can write 8 as 8 into 1. We can write like this. So you can assume that in a constant term the power of x is 0 because it is 1, so we generally don't write it. So now for example I have another example, say 4x cube plus 5 over x plus 8. Now here x is in the denominator. If you write in the form of power, the power of x will be negative. I can write this as 4x cube plus 5x minus 1 plus 8. So this is not a polynomial. Similarly, any function involving trigonometric function, sine, cos or log or exponential function will not be polynomial. Then we have degree of polynomial. The highest power of x in the polynomial is called degree. So in first example, if you see all the terms, maximum power is 2. So in first example, degree is 2. In the second example, degree is 3. Now keep in mind that we will have maximum power 4. It is written in your syllabus. Notation. The polynomials are represented like this: fx, gx. We may use capital letter. We may say that qx, rx, like this they are named. So we can write this polynomial in example 1 as fx is equal to 3x square plus 5x plus 8. Next we have value of polynomial. We have done this work in AS class and in lower classes. For example, if you have a polynomial x square plus 2x plus 3, now you are asked to find f of 1, which means that you replace x by 1 and this is equal to 6. Similarly, if you have f of minus 3, you put the value of x into this polynomial and we get the value. So it is 9 minus 6 plus 3. It is equal to 6. We say that this 6 is the value of this polynomial at minus 3. Then we have algebraic division. Now divide, for example, divide x square plus 4x plus 6 by x plus 3. As in numbers, you know, for example, if I ask you divide 22 by 5, divide 22 by 5, what you do? You divide like this, 5 4s are 20, here you subtract 20 from 22, you get 2. So now this is called remainder and this is called divisor, sorry, quotient. Quotient. So divide this polynomial of degree 2 by this polynomial in which we have power of x1, we can say that this is linear polynomial. Here you remember that or keep in mind that this polynomial must be in descending order. You can say this is the standard form or general form in descending order. Now see the process how you divide it. Now learn this long division. We also say long division. The first step is, see first step, consider this term. Divide it by this term. You will get x. Write this x over here. Listen again. How will you start this division? First consider this first term of this polynomial of higher degree. Divide this term by the first term of this divisor. You will get x. Write this x over here and multiply this x by this whole divisor, x plus 3. You will get x square plus 3x. Now write here x square plus 3x. Then you subtract from x square plus 4x this answer. What will you get? You will get only x. Now carry this down, plus 6. Repeat the process. Again consider the first term, which is x. Divide it by this first term, which is also x. You will get 1. So write here 1. Multiply this one by x plus 3. X plus 3 multiplied by 1, you will get same thing, no change. So it is x plus 3. Now again you subtract, or you can write here minus, this is cancelled out. And 6 minus 3 is 3. So our quotient is, if I want to write quotient, is x plus 1 remainder is equal to 3. Example 2. divide this polynomial by x minus 1. Now again you write this polynomial of higher degree here at x minus 1. Now see again, divide this first term by this first term. You will get x square. Write this x square over here. Multiply this x square by this whole expression or linear divisor x minus 1. You will get x cube minus x square. Write this answer over here. Now you will subtract. You will subtract x cube. From this you will subtract this answer. This is cancelled out. This will be added to it. You will get 6x square. So you can also understand this that you will change the sign. This is now minus. This is now plus, not minus. So add 5x square to this x square. So you can save your time if you don't want to write this. Now you will carry this term. Next term is plus 2x. Carry it down. Now repeat this process again. Consider this first term. Divide it by x. You will get 6x. Write this 6x over here. Again multiply this 6x multiplied by x minus 1, this divisor. So it will be 6x cube minus 6x. Write this answer over here. Now subtract as usual, all like this, cancel out. You have 8x. We are left with one term which is plus 3. Now carry it down. Again start the process. Divide this first term 8x by x. You will get 8. So write 8 over here. Now multiply this 8 by x minus 1. 8 multiplied by x minus 1. You will get 8x minus 8. It will be cancelled out and you will have 11. So quotient is equal to x square plus 6x plus 8. Remainder is 11. Now we have remainder theorem. Remainder theorem states that if any polynomial fx of any degree is divided by a linear polynomial x minus a, then f of a is remainder. So you can find the remainder by this theorem as well. For example, I have fx is equal to plus 6. It is divided by, suppose, x minus 1. x minus 1. How will you find the remainder? Understand this statement, x minus a. This is a linear polynomial. When you divide it, I am giving you a tip that put equal to 0, you will get x is equal to a. So we apply this, we put this equal to 0, x will become 1. Whenever you do this question, you can do this step. So remainder will be, according to this theorem, remainder will be the value of this polynomial at x equal to 1. So you put 1 plus 4 plus 6. This is 11. Here I am not doing the algebraic division, long division. If you do that, but the question is that find the remainder by remainder theorem, then it will be wrong. Remainder theorem means this: you just put the value of x1 into this polynomial. This value of polynomial will be the remainder. But keep in mind that remainder theorem does not give you the quotient. One application of this remainder theorem is that a polynomial 2x cube plus 3x square plus kx minus 6 is divided by x plus 1. Find the value of k. Now we apply the remainder theorem. Remainder theorem states that when a polynomial of any degree, here we have cubic polynomial, highest power is 3, by x plus 1, then the remainder is, now it is given that in the question, given that remainder is, it is given that the remainder is 7. Find k. Now what will be the solution to this problem? We know that how we find remainder without algebraic division by applying this remainder theorem. We have x plus 1 equal to 0, x is equal to minus 1. Now remainder is equal to 2 into minus 1 whole cube, 3 into minus 1 whole square, plus k into minus 1 minus 6. But this will be equal to 7. This will be equal to 7. Now simplify it. This is minus 2 plus 3 minus k minus 6 equal to 7. Now simplify it. 1 and this minus 6 minus 5. So k will be 12. This is a minus 8 plus 15. Yes, the value of k will be minus 12. This is your answer. So this is one application of remainder theorem. Now we have factor theorem. When a polynomial of any degree is divided by a linear polynomial x minus a, and f of a is 0, then x minus a is factor of fx. Understand this with the help of this very simple example. I have suppose fx is equal to x square minus 5x plus 6. Now keep in mind that f of a is remainder. So when remainder is 0, then that is factor also. Now I divide it by x minus 2. I divide this by x minus 2. We want to see that whether x minus 2 is a factor of this or not. So, in the solution, I have given you a tip that you put this equal to 0, you will get x equal to 2. Now put here f of 2. Put 2 here, you will get 2 square, 5 into 2 plus 6. This is equal to 0. So it means that remainder is 0. So you can check by algebraic long division that if you divide this by this, you will get remainder 0. So this verifies that x minus 2 is a factor, which also means that the question is ended over here, but I am explaining that it means that if you factorize this, for example, x square minus 5x plus 6, if you factorize it, you will get x minus 2 into x minus 3. So x minus 2 is one of the factors of this quadratic polynomial. Now, application of this you will see later also. Here we have a simple application of this, that given that we have the polynomial x square plus ax plus 3 and x minus 2 is a factor of it. Find the value of a. The solution is that we have putting x is equal to 2, because I have given you this tip that you put this equal to 0, get 2. So you put it in the opposite sign. So we will put x is equal to 2. You have 2 square a into 2 plus 3. This is the remainder or value of this polynomial, because it's a factor, so it is equal to 0. 4 plus 3 equal to 9. So the value of a will be minus 9 over 2. Okay, we have an important example. I read the statement. We are given a cubic polynomial in which two unknowns are involved, a and b. Divided by x minus 1, remainder is 0, which means this is the factor of it. And when the same polynomial fx divided by x plus 1, remainder is 10. Find the values of a and b. Now, x minus 1 is a factor, so f of 1 is equal to 0. So putting the value of x1, we have a 1 square plus b into 1 plus 6 equal to 0. On simplifying from here, you will have an equation minus 8. So this is equation number 1. Now see the second part. When fx is divided by x plus 1, so it means that x plus 1 equal to 0, x is equal to minus 1. So remainder is 10. So f of minus 1 is equal to 10. So putting x is equal to minus 1, we have minus 1 whole cube, a into minus 1 whole square, b into minus 1 plus 6. Now this is equal to 10 given in the question. Simplify this equation, you will have a minus b equal to 6. So this is the second equation. Now solving these equations simultaneously, you will get the value of a to be minus 1, value of b will be minus 7. Now we have very important application of factor theorem. Factorizing and solving. Solving and factorizing, or factorizing and solving polynomial equations. Now first we will use again factor theorem. The first example is example 1. The question is given that fx is equal to x cube minus 5x plus 6, factorize fx completely and hence solve the polynomial equation fx is equal to 0. Be attentive, it's very important part of this chapter. We are given that fx is equal to x cube minus 2x square 5x plus 6. Consider the constant term. Which is 6. Which is 6. Constant term. No other term. Only consider this constant term. Write all factors of 6. It's 1, 2, 3, 6, including negative factors. I have written all factors of 6. Now by trial and error, we will substitute these values one by one into this polynomial, and you will see that which value makes fx equal to 0. Now I check 1. Substituting x is equal to 1 in this equation, you will see that f of 1 is equal to 1 cube minus 2 minus 5 plus 6, and this is 0. If you don't get 0, then you will go to next value and so on. By factor theorem, x minus 1 is a factor of fx. Now, according to theory of equation, the highest power is 3. According to theory of equations, the highest power is 3. So this equation will have maximum 3 solutions or 3 factors or 3 solutions. Therefore, we need to find 2 more factors. One method is this, that you try the other values. But normally this method is not practiced, as it may waste your time. The root may be minus 6, you will try 2, 3, 6, minus 1, minus 2, you will reach minus 6. So a lot of time can be wasted. So another method, second method we practice is synthetic division. Synthetic division is what? Understand it. Very important point. The polynomial must be in descending order. We also say as general form or standard form. Now see, the highest power is 3, x cube. See the coefficient of x cube. Here you will write coefficients. Then coefficient of x square, give space. Then coefficient of x, and then constant term. Now we have proved that x minus 1 is factor. You will write 1 over here. It's very easy. This one is written directly over here. Now we multiply this one by this one, we will get 1. Then we add it, we will get minus 1. You always add plus. Again multiply this by this, it is minus 1. You will add, you will get minus 6. Again multiply this by minus 6, you will get minus 6. And this is 0. And this is remainder, keep in mind. Why is this 0? Because x minus 1 is a factor of fx. Now see that our polynomial has degree 3. After applying synthetic division one time, we have these numbers as coefficients of a polynomial of one lower degree. So you will have other factors of fx will be 1x square minus 1x minus 6, but we can write it like this. Now if you factorize it, you will get x minus 3 into x plus 2. So fx is equal to x minus 1 into x minus 3 into x plus 2. We have completed the factorization process. These are the factors. The polynomial has degree 3, highest power 3, so we have 3 factors. We can't have 4 or 5 factors. Now solving the polynomial equation fx is equal to 0 means that you will put all these factors equal to 0. Thus equating separately to 0, you will get the values of x at 1, x as 1, 3 and minus 2. Now see that these are the solutions of polynomial equation, but you were given the polynomial. Only polynomial means an expression, and polynomial equations mean equal to 0, and we solve it. We have second example. Here we have a polynomial with degree 4. In your syllabus we have maximum degree 4, not 5, not 6. Now consider again constant term. Which is minus 12. I am repeating, as in first example we did it. We considered the constant. Constant means without x it is minus 12. Now write all factors of minus 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. These are the factors of 12. Positive factors, but we have to consider negative factors as well. Now we have 12 factors. We try one by one into this equation. In the working you have to show only that value which satisfies, which makes it equal to 0. Now let's try. I try x is equal to minus 1. Again we have trial and error. By trial and error, we take x is equal to minus 1. Now put it into the given polynomial. It will be minus 1 raised to the power 4, 4 minus 1 cube, minus 1 square, minus 16 into minus 1. Remember that you have to show this step in the working. We have 1 minus 4 minus 1 plus 16 minus 12. Now this one cancels with this 16, this is also 16, you will get 0. So by factor theorem, it means that x plus 1, here you have x equal to minus 1, so x plus 1 is a factor. Now we have maximum power 4. If we apply synthetic division, then again we have to think, we have to repeat this process. So now we apply synthetic division. Now be careful here, because there may be some power missing. If some power is missing, for example, if x k is missing, you will take 0. So this polynomial must be in descending order or in standard or general form. The coefficient of x4 is 1, x cube is 4, x square is minus 1, x is minus 16, constant is 12. Now you write here the value of this x equal to minus 1. Start the process, just bring it down, no change. Now multiply this by this, right here, add vertically 3. Multiply diagonally, minus 1 into 3, it is minus 3. This will be minus 4. You will add vertically. Again multiply minus 1 by minus 4, it is 4. You add, you will get minus 12. And then again multiply minus 1 into minus 12, it is 12. You will get 0. Now we have an equation with 1 degree lesser. We have cubic equation. This will be the coefficient of x cube. This will be the coefficient of x square, minus 4x minus 12. Now again we will think over it, and by trial and error we will find another root, and then we will apply again the synthetic division. I am telling you one method only. There are other methods also. One method you will see later, equating coefficients. Now again trying one by one, you can check that the values. Here you will see that we try x is equal to 2. If you put x equal to 2, you will get 8 plus this is 12, this is 8 minus 12, this is 0. It means that x minus 2 is also a factor. Now again applying synthetic division. We have coefficient of x cube as 1, x square 3, minus 4 and the constant minus 12. We have proved that 2 is a root. Write 2 over here. Again start the process, you know, 2 1s are 2, it's 5, 5s are 10, it's 6, 2 6 are 12, it is 0. You must get over here 0 cube. Again I am telling you that this is basically remainder. This is basically remainder if you do the algebraic division, long division. So we have other factors. You started with a cubic polynomial. This will be the quadratic polynomial, 1 degree less than that, 5x plus 6. If you factorize it, you will see that it is equal to x plus 2 into x plus 3. So these are the other two factors. Hence we have fx is equal to, one factor was x plus 1, second was x minus 2, then we have x plus 2, then we have x plus 3. So this is the answer to first part, that factorize. We have factorized the polynomial using remainder factor theorem and synthetic division. Now solving the polynomial equation. This is polynomial, not polynomial equation. Polynomial equation means equal to 0. So if you make equal to 0 all these factors, you will get minus 1 2 minus 2 minus 3. These are the solutions of this polynomial equation. Now we have example 3. Factorize and then solve fx equal to 0. Again, keep in mind that this is polynomial. This is polynomial equation. So we have to factorize first, then solve. Now again, I am repeating the same process. We have constant, our constant term is 30. Factors of 30. We have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15 and 30, and we also have minus 1, negative factors. Now you know that, as we have seen in two examples, the maximum solution or factor of this cubic polynomial, highest power is 3, will be 3. So it doesn't mean that all these are the solutions. Not possible. Only 3 of them will be the solution. So trial and error. Again, trial and error. So you start. We have to find one root by this method. So just you use the calculator and go on trying these values. Now I try x is equal to 2. If you put x is equal to 2, you must get 0. 2 cube 19 into 2 plus 30. This is equal to 38 minus 38, which is equal to 0. So it means that x minus 2 is a factor of fx. Now we apply synthetic division. A very important point. First, see that in this polynomial you have no term in x square. You have to keep this in mind. X square is missing, and then you have x and constant. So before applying synthetic division, check that if some power of x is missing, you will take 0 over there. Now applying the synthetic division, you have coefficient of x cube 1, then x square, then x third. We have proved that x minus 2 is a factor. Again you will write 2 over here. Bring this 1 down as it is, no change. 2 into 1 is 2. Add 0 plus 2, 2. Again multiply, you will get 4. If you subtract, you add, then you multiply, you will get minus 30, and here you have 0. Because remainder must be 0. In synthetic division, this is the remainder. Now we have other factors. How will you get other factors? We started with a cubic polynomial, and we will have a quadratic polynomial which is 1x square. This will be the quotient of x square, as you have seen. This is minus 15. Now if you factorize it, you will see x plus 5 into x minus 3. So we have factorized our polynomial. It is equal to x minus 2, one of the factors is this, into x plus 5 into x minus 3. Now if fx is equal to 0, then x is equal to 2 minus 5 and 3. Now these are the solutions of the polynomial equation. Thank you.